Welcome back, fellow citizens of Jar, to Deron for Super President. This is the show in which we try to build our own country, take over the entire universe, and fix all of the universe's problems. If that sounds like something you think you might like, please hit the subscribe button down below to be counted as a citizen and to join us on our path to glory. The Earth is big. I know, a shocking revelation. Such a small, tiny, spinning globe, very large in reality, and not in mini toy status. Now, you would think of all the time that humans have been here on this Earth, we would have claimed every single square inch of it. And technically, yes, but technically also no. Due to special circumstances on this planet, there are three separate areas not fully claimed by the likes of humankind. We need to go over them. The first of which being part of Antarctica. Now, parts of Antarctica have been claimed, but there is an entire section called the Marie Byrd Land which has not ever been claimed by any sovereign nation. Now, you might be wondering, why not? They have a treaty. 1959, the world came together and said, this is a dumb thing we're fighting about. This is that toy that nobody wants. Until somebody else wants it, then it's my toy and I want it and it's mine. Now, I've already made a video on why I don't think Antarctica is a really great place to make a secret base, so we'll move on to the others. Now, the next one, and possibly most famous, is Bir Tawil? Bir Tawil? I don't know how to say that. I'm not a cultured person. Now imagine Egypt and Sudan are neighbors, and they both, in their own time, 1899 and 1902, decide to write a map of where their property line ends. Now imagine it's neighbors. You could say that this corner of the yard is mine, but I don't want that stump over there. And they go, well, that corner of the yard is mine, but you can have the stump if you want. No matter what ends up happening, if either side says, fine, I'll take the stump, it's kind of implying that you're letting the other person have the good bit, so neither country claims that tiny little bit. Interestingly enough, this really old map I have decides that Sudan is right. Because this is so famous, we've had multiple people claim this as their own. One guy decided to set up a micronation and declare his daughter princess of all the land. So, this one's a little too hotly contested. Also, nobody's acknowledged any of these claims. Now finally, you have the Gornja Siga. See, this is another exact situation, except this one's a lot funnier. Because now imagine you had a creek that ran through two farm fields, and you said, the border between our farms is the creek. And then it rains really hard, and the creek makes a new direction, and there's a new river. Well, now what ended up happening is there is the Danube, I don't know, river, and they defined the border between Croatia and Serbia as this river. The problem was, over time, the river eroded into a more straight line, rather than zigzagging back and forth. Now Croatia's going by the new line, saying everything that was on that side of the river but now isn't, now belongs to Serbia. But Serbia doesn't claim it either, because they're effectively saying, no, the original border where the river was when we wrote the agreement counts, so that's still Croatia. Because this is how politics works. Fight over everything, and semantics forever. The real life lesson here is never divide up your apartment by halves, especially when those halves are divided by a river, because in several hundred years you're going to have an epic apartment conflict that you never imagined. Who does the cleaning on that bit of land in the middle? I'm not going to say this name right, but in April of 2015, Jedlicka, I hope, of the Czech Party of Free Citizens proclaimed the right libertarian micronation of Bir Land on the Gornja Siga. And then another one, the Kingdom of Enclave, was declared shortly after that. Because of course they were. Now, of course, there's politics around this, and it's very odd, but let's just say that some of these governments are not super happy with people being there, and nothing's gotten super official yet, but realistically, that's always the case with micronations. I think our jar is a pretty good one, because if anyone has issues with it, we can just move it. Just like the river, our borders are currently defined by plastic, not water, and plastic, as we all know, lives for 10,000 years as it slowly rots the planet away. So this has been your super presidential candidate Deron, signing off for Saturday, saying welcome to Jar. Jar takes all kinds. You are family now. Please join us this week and every week. We go up every single Saturday and Monday. Don't forget to check the description down below for some links to some fun things, and I will leave you as always with our viewer submitted motto for Jar, which is, we are Jar. If you love Jar, you love us. See you Monday.
And this episode is brought to you by Luke and Rachel. Though there may be border disputes in real life, there's no border disputes in my heart.